Okay, so with this, I just have one question about still on insecurity. Is there a genocide happening in Nigeria or not? Because that was clearly what Donald Trump stated.
How will I know? I don't get security reports of what happens in Nigeria. That is written to the president. I have been around and seen IDP camps.
Okay.
I'm not a military person. As I said, the man who made the statement is reading a statement I don't know about.
Yeah.
The people he made it to, that's why there's a need for consultation. So don't go and say, somebody said, you're doing this wrong. And start shouting. No, which is what Nigerians do.
Still on this topic of insecurity, granted, the U.S. intelligence is sophisticated, but I also know that Nigerian intelligence is also sophisticated. You mentioned that, whether there's an insecurity problem, U.S. help us. Whether there's not, U.S. help us. So I wanted to ask you, with that being said, in Nigeria, are you saying that we cannot deal with our own insecurity without outside help?
Is it not obvious? I just asked you a question. You're already in one of the most insecure country of the world. You can Google it. You're already there. Just like you said, can't I solve my problem of poverty without being helped? No. There's nothing wrong in saying somebody help me. If I'm not getting it right. People do that.
I asked that because
even in sophisticated world, let me tell you, UK went to Canada to hire a governor of Bank of England. So many of our nurses are employed today in the UK. In the past 1 year, 3 people who work for me have left to go there. Our doctors are there. Does it mean UK cannot live without our doctors? No, if you have a shortage of something, or you have a difficult, you ask somebody to help you. There's nothing wrong in it. That's it. Everybody in life needs help. Everybody. Anybody who says he doesn't need help, or doesn't need guidance, or doesn't want to learn, should not exist.
That is the message. Painful, necessary, and urgent. He didn't only describe bullets and bombs. He diagnosed a sickness in our body politic, denial, complacency, and a refusal to look inward. If we are honest, that's where this fight begins, with ourselves. Not just enhanced military might, but a re-examination of policy, leadership, and values. Peter Obi gives us a 3-step blueprint. Honest reflection. Admit the scale and root causes. National consultation. Listen to communities, states, and traditional institutions. External help. Be deliberate and strategic with partners when needed. That's not defeatism, it's realism. We must admit 2 uncomfortable facts. 1. The violence isn't only a security problem, it's also economic and moral. Where poverty is entrenched, criminality grows. Where governance fails, violent groups find recruits. 2. The human toll is vast and concentrated. Since the insurgency began, monitoring groups estimate tens of thousands of civilian deaths linked to organized sponsored terrorism, a number that cannot be ignored. Obi's insistence on wide consultation is a rebuke of top-down solutions. Security in practice happens on the ground. Local intelligence, community trust, and state-level ownership matter. Look at the pattern. Areas where communities are engaged show faster, more sustainable reductions in violence. The Constitution centralizes policing, but the lived reality demands local responsibility and collaboration. International help is not a weakness, it's a tool for intelligence, training, logistics, and capacity building. But past partnerships have been hampered by bureaucracy and poor coordination. If Nigeria asks for help, it must be strategic, clear objectives, timelines, and accountability, not open-ended dependence. Now the hard numbers you need to hear. Monitoring Group's report that as of the 2024 edition, the country ranked 147th out of 163 countries in the Global Peace Index, underscoring how deeply insecure the system has become. Source: Institute for Economics and Peace. In the World Justice Project Rule of Law Index 2025, Nigeria ranks 142 out of 143 countries on the Order and Security Sub-Index. So in terms of global security and peace rankings, Nigeria is very near the bottom of the list. In 2024, according to field-based data, about 9,662 people were killed in violent incidents nationwide, and roughly 86% of the deaths occurred in the northern part of the country. Source: Hume Angle Analysis of ACLED data. When it comes to violence against Christians, an EU parliamentary report states that between 2019 and 2023, nearly 17,000 Christians were killed in targeted attacks for their faith, and in just the first 7 months of 2025, more than 7,000 victims were reported. Source: European Parliament document Persecution of Christians in Nigeria. According to reports from the International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law, Inter-Society, at least 52,250 Christians were killed by Boko Haram, ISWAP, and armed Fulani militias in Nigeria over a 14-year period dating from 2009. This is why Obi's 3 pillars matter. An honest appraisal points to root causes, national consultation builds trust and local solutions, and carefully managed external help fills capability gaps. You cannot fix a structural problem with only tactical fixes. If you lead, ask hard questions. If you're a citizen, demand a nationwide consultation. Insist your governor and lawmakers act, and refuse to accept vague promises. We need a national reckoning that turns grief into policy and courage into reform. The time for denial is over. Honest reflection is not defeat, it is the first step to real victory. Obi said it plainly: look inward, listen, and get the help we need. Nigeria's security can be fixed, but the change requires 2 non-negotiables. We must first face the terrifying scale of the problem, and second, demonstrate absolute determination to implement the right lasting remedies. If you find this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your reaction in the comments. Thank you for listening. See you on the next one.